I saw this article on Facebook that I thought was quite interesting. It was a interview with a guy named Mr.Chang. I believe he's an entrepreneur, owns several businesses, and he basically was giving his critique of the black community. I'm gonna read you guys the interview, and then I'll give you my feedback on it. It says, interviewer, can you address their concerns, Mr. Chang? Mr. Chang says, the concerns of black people? Yes, I can. The fact is that we all live under a system of white supremacy. We Asian people look back at our long history of conflict with Europeans. We observe their strategies and develop our own in response and in kind. There is no need for a loud mass movement on our part, because that's an insult to the black community. You guys can pick that up. Because we intend to overtake them in time through action and personal sacrifice. The interviewer says, and the black man, Mr. Chang? Mr. Chang says, he does not count in our situation. He is simply here. We do not hate the black man. We just love the Asian man most. Real love, not click. Excuse me. We want to see Asian man happy, so we employ him. We eat together. We spend time with each other. We want his kids to be educated, so we invest in our schools that offer our children the technical abilities to change the world's power structure in our favor. We want to see the Asian man safe, so we proceed to organize our own communities. We want him to remain Asian, so we reduce the outside influence of other ideologies and cultures. While he fought to sniff behind the white man, the black man has had the opportunity and every right in the world to do the same. But he chooses to indict people like me for not hiring him over my own brothers. For me to do this would be foolish, and that would not be Asian love. In contrast, the black man will fight for the right to be up under everyone else other than other black people who he should feel the most love for. And our indifference to their situation make us racist. Then what would you call the black man's indifference to his own situation? Now, it was quite a interesting article, and a lot of people were saying, he was racist or whatever. And when I read the article, I didn't get that. First of all, I got that he was kind of being a smart ass, but then I heard some valid points that he was making in there. But what really kind of rubbed me the wrong way about the article and some of his words is that I don't think that an Asian man should speak on the black struggle. Like I've said before, and many other YouTubers out here that speak truth to power and promote change and try to better their people. Black people get hit from all different angles. Nobody gets the racism, the discrimination, the police brutality, and every other negative thing that comes with living in America more than black people, especially the black man. So when we have people like Mr. Chang come out here and try to analyze what the black man needs to do or what the black community needs to do as a whole, I find that to be a tad bit ignorant, because Asians don't deal with what blacks have dealt with for over 500 years in this country. So, even though, I agree with him when he said, he believes in sticking to his brothers, sticking to his people, employing his own people, not letting other entities come in and basically manipulate their children's mindset, which not just black people allow that, but Hispanics do, even white folks, they do that. So, I agree with him on that part, because I think that a lot of times within our community, we don't sit down and we don't teach our children their history. I'm not talking about, Dr. King and Rosa Parks and, slavery. I'm talking about really going in depth of black history and learning where you come from and learning why we have things like racism and discrimination going on. And I think that's, always been an issue within, especially this new generation coming up. And then he talked about, employing his own people. I think that's an issue. First of all, I think that black men, not black men, but black people in general, we need to build economical strength. We need more black businesses. We need to control our dollar. We need to invest in black businesses and keep our dollar within our community. A lot of times, we have people like MR.Chang coming to our community, had these high ass prices because a lot of our people don't have transportation to go, 10, 15, 20 minutes away to a cheaper grocery store. So they come in our community, they pump liquor, and they don't force us to buy these things, but those who have impressionable minds go out here and feed into the negativity. But they pump all their negativity into our community. They sell illegal guns. They're selling alcohol to minors. They're making the price extremely high. They're watching us every time we come into the store. And we've all been through that situation. You go into one of these little swap meets or liquor stores that one of these little Asians or Koreans own, and they looking at you, staring you the fuck down. You can't even go buy a pack of rice without somebody sniffing up your ass trying to see what you're doing. We've all been through that situation, but yet they want the black dollar. And it is about us coming together and controlling what goes on in our community. And I made several videos on that. But for MR.Chang to come out and act like he knows everything that the black man deals with and talk about, they had the same opportunities. No, black people don't have the same opportunity. We have to work 10 times harder than everybody else to get in the same situation that a white person would get within a snap of a finger, or any other ethnicity. We see how our president, of the United States, Barack Obama, we see how he's favoring illegal aliens coming into the country. We see how if you go across America, a lot of these little wingy dingy jobs like Burger King or Checkers or Wendy's or McDonald's, the mass majority of young people who are getting hired into these places are Hispanics, which is systematically casting out a lot of our young black teenagers or those who are just trying to get a little extra money in their pocket to support their way through college or whatever. They're getting pushed out of the work field. So this is why I say it's important for us to control our dollar, watch what we spend, watch who we support with our dollar. Because these same people don't give a damn about it. They come into our community, they rape us for our dollar bill, and then they go back to their fancy neighborhoods. And we are stuck in our condition. Stop going out here buying these bullshit Jordans, making Michael Jordan and Nike filthy rich while you still in the hood and we have no economical power. These are things you have to sit back and think about. But like I say, this is what other ethnicities do. They stick to their own. They're looking out for their own. But it seems like with black people, we don't want to listen to each other. Like I said before, whether we agree or don't agree on that, I think it's important that we listen to each other as a people and take everything that we say into consideration. Because there might be something that somebody else is saying that they're trying to wake you up on, or you might sit back and say, I didn't think about it from that way. Let me start doing this to better my people. It's important that we listen to each other and we support each other because nobody else cares about us. You can see this within this article right here, and with what's going on across America. Nobody gives a damn about the black community, and I can't say that enough. It's time for us to put our foot down and start taking back what's ours and taking back our communities. Stop supporting people who don't support you. Black women, stop getting on this feminine shit, supporting white women, and then when issues happen with you, nobody's nowhere to be found. Black men, stop going out here making these billion-dollar industries and billion-dollar companies filthy rich, buying their bullshit clothes and shoes, but yet they don't do anything for your community. And I'm not just talking about, building a basketball court in the hood or, a football team or something like that. I'm talking about actually trying to benefit the community that you come from. But that's basically my, thought on this. This is the world we live in.